2, 1.
Good morning. Look at that. As we kick off the show, it is, November 23rd. I am hanging out here in beautiful Fort Myers. It's sunny outside. I can't show you guys because it's way too sunny. It would throw off the whole camera thing.
Damn.
Carla Marie is in New York City, correct?
No, I am in Caldwell, New Jersey at
Oh.
the headquarters of Little Words Project.
Oh, I thought you were at their shop because didn't they open an actual storefront in New York?
Officially, as of last weekend, opened up their first ever storefront, and it is on Bleecker Street in New York City. But we made the executive decision that it would be better off for me to come here and hang today.
And also a much easier trip in the morning.
Much easier.
Yeah.
Although, let me tell you about a morning commute in New Jersey.
It stinks.
People here are wild. I was getting honked at left and right. I also don't know where I'm going anymore, so it didn't help.
Well, you know what's funny? When I was driving around in the West Palm Beach area, I borrowed my uncle's car.
Well, Florida is another.
I drove to go see our friend Liz from Elvis's show, who now lives in Florida. I saw her and her fiance. They're getting married in a couple months.
Yep.
And my uncle was like, listen, I know you know how to drive. I know you're a good driver. He's like, just be careful because the drivers down here in Florida are insane. I was like, all right, maybe he's exaggerating a little bit. No. It's wild. Literally every time I've gotten into a car, I've seen some sort of insane accident here in Florida. And I'm talking about cars on fire, cars flipped over into swamps. Every time I swear, every time I've gotten into the car in the last week or whatever, 4 or 5 days I've been here, there's been some sort of insane accident.
I saw one. My parents picked me up from the airport, and we saw an accident going to the toll in New Jersey, and two cars basically did that sideways, hit each other.
Oh, they did? You actually watched it?
Yeah.
That's always weird because you want to do something and yell to the drivers, but obviously nothing you do is going to make a difference. Robbie and Everett, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Appreciate you. I see my cousin Christian is in the chat.
Do we know if there's alcohol here?
There's got to be alcohol somewhere. We actually just completed Hype Train Level 3, so thank you very much to everyone who got us through that point. We'll see if we
Mariah,
can get
do you have alcohol?
Yes.
Because if we hit Hype Train Level 5, I have to take a shot.
All right, give me a second.
All right, well,
Mariah has done nothing today. It's their busiest week of the year, and she's done nothing but cater to me. I've got tea. There's Fireball. All right, let's do it.
yeah, there you go. So we're actually almost through Hype Train Level 4 already, so it looks like we're most likely going to get through Hype Train Level 5.
And a high noon. I'll take both.
Yeah, okay. Carla Marie's the biggest lightweight now.
Guys, you've definitely, so I see the chat going, oh my God, I love Mariah already. If you follow Little Words Project, you have definitely seen Mariah on their Instagram. She's wild and she's a great time. So go give her a follow.
I'll tell you what is wild and a great time. Dave & Buster's. Now, they're not a sponsor, obviously, because I spent a whole lot of money there yesterday. I didn't know what the levels were to their points. I don't know what. Oh wow, I didn't know what the dollar to point amount was. So I put $60 on this bad boy, and it lasts a long time.
How many games do you play with $60?
A lot. We played a bunch of football games, bunch of basketball games, and we just kept going. And then we just started playing any game we saw to see how far this would go. And we played for 2 hours with $60.
I saw your Instagram stories. You posted more last night from Dave & Buster's than you have posted in the last 6 months.
After the Seton Hall game, the Seton Hall Ohio State game that I came to Florida to watch, I needed to get the feeling of that defeat out of my system. So along with a couple drinks and a lot of games, I got into a much better mood after the Seton Hall game was over.
I'm surprised that you're actually wearing that shirt today. Aren't you embarrassed?
Oh, no way. I will say, actually, it was a tough loss, and I don't necessarily believe in moral victories or close victories, whatever, but it was a loss, and a loss is a loss, and it stinks. But it wasn't an embarrassing loss. We were right there. It was a real lucky 3 at the end of the game that won it for Ohio State, and it was a very innocent mistake.
Or are they just skilled?
No. It wasn't. That shot itself was not a good shot. Even the coach said at the end of the game that wasn't the play. He was supposed to be driving to the bucket to get fouled, and he just pulled up and shot like a 40-foot three-pointer. So it is what it is. We had a chance to win. We stepped on the half-court line, turned the ball over on an inbound play, and all in all, it hurts, but it wasn't a bad loss, thankfully. Ohio State's a very good team. We'll play Cal on Wednesday, which is the worst of the 4 teams that are in our bracket. So we should win that game.
Okay.
And we'll be all right.
And then, so what are you guys going to do? What's today? Tuesday?
Today's Tuesday.
So you're going to go back to Dave and Buster's?
We might. I mean, I still got like 7 points left on this card. So I've got to go use those up. But I think today is going to be, I'm going to go to the gym for a little bit. I meant to go this morning because I keep forgetting that when you do the show on the East Coast, it ends at noon.
Yeah,
Normally
it's
on the West
it's
Coast,
rough.
Yeah, normally on the West Coast, I will do the show and then go to the gym, and then I'm done with the gym by noon. This is like right in the middle of the day.
I know. I'm like, oh, I got all day, and then I'm like, no, I don't.
Yeah,
it is very tough. Ooh, that's very exciting. Martha said she's taking her son Zach to go get his vaccine today.
Oh, that's awesome. Congrats.
Love that. But you keep talking about sports, and ironically, I'm at Little Words Project headquarters, and they just launched a sports collection, and they have a bracelet that says "Yay Sports." And I told them I need it, but I would need the sports with a Z. So I might leave here with that today.
Are they going to make that? Do they make everything there?
I'm literally watching people bead right here. And
cool.
They had to turn a whole nother room into a beading room because they said they'll probably ship out 1,000 orders today.
That's crazy. Good for them.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we sold 700 shirts. So, I mean, they're probably impressed with us.
We sold 700 orders.
So they're probably more impressed with us than we are of them.
And Adriana, who is the CEO and creator and founder, may pop in later. She's going to get here a little later, and she may come on the stream. But like, I want to save some of this for when she's here. But I could cry talking about this company and knowing from like where they started and where they are now. And I've like kind of been along for this journey the whole time. It's like it's such a cool experience that not a lot of people will get to see and have in their lives, and seeing a business grow and witnessing it. And it's like, I don't know. It's like having a baby or seeing a kid grow up. Like, it's not my own baby, but I've watched her transform this business and go through like the worst of times and the best of times. She actually just got here. I see her.
You're gonna finish your thought,
and that's it.
You know what you should do? So similarly, just like you've been there from the beginning with Little Words Project, I've been there from the beginning with our friends at the Roosevelts. And yesterday,
go ahead.
Yesterday, I was with Steve. Obviously, we went to the game. Then after the game, we went to Dave & Buster's. And here's what I suggest you do, Carla Marie. Take your friend, take Adriana to Dave & Buster's. Start playing Pop-A-Shot basketball. And then as you're playing, keep telling her that if you win, you're going to own 25% of the company. Because that's what I was doing to Steve yesterday on my Instagram story. I kept going, Steve, if I win this best out of 7 game, I'm going to own 25% of your company. And then I just started making rules because I won. So I've already told the entire Roosevelt staff they have the rest of the year off. I've already said that all Roosevelt's gear is going to be free for the rest of the year because I want to be a benevolent leader, you know?
Well, do I get free gear?
Everything is free.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are the 2 rules I made as my first day in office, you know?
You had Steve more on your Instagram stories last night than you've put me.
Yeah, I mean, he's fun.
How rude.
No, we were having a good time. We were playing some Pop-A-Shot basketball.
All right, so I guess I'm going to do this now.
Oh, yeah, we did complete Hype Train level 5. If it makes you feel better, I've got a...
Are they kidding?
I've got a Core Power high-protein milkshake.
Who closed this? I can't open it. I can't open this. I'm not kidding, guys. I'm not like doing this to like be funny.
That's good because it's not funny.
Like, I don't know if it's sticky. Well, what do I do? Drink the high noon?
You can just use your like sweater, like you know what I'm talking about. Put your shirt over it. Use a rubber band to get a grip on top.
Yeah,
that's
but
for
it's
Mighty
not.
Mini.
I got a good grip. It's just I think it might be sticky because this is the stickiest drink in all the land.
It is. Okay, so
All right.
just drink the High Noon.
I'll get someone to open it.
Okay. Also, you know what I found out in the state of Florida? You know when you go to a game, and maybe it was because it was at this like basically rec center of a arena. You know when you go to a game or an event, there's usually like a 2-drink minimum per purchase.
Yeah.
So when the game started, I wanted to get me, my friend Steve, his dad, and some other people some drinks. So I was like, hey, is it possible to get 4 drinks? And the lady looked at me. She's like, yeah, why wouldn't it be? And I was like, oh, well, I don't know. In some places, they cut you off. And I promise these aren't
You're in
all
Florida.
for me. And she looked at me. She goes, I don't care if they're all for you. They can all be for you. It doesn't bother me at all.
You were in Florida. What
Yeah.
did you expect?
There's like no rules down here. It's great.
No.
And I ended up getting a bunch of White Claws to start, and then we switched over to Miller Lite later on in the game as things got more serious, you know. And I also didn't sit in the Seton Hall section. The Seton Hall section was behind, like across from the Seton Hall bench.
So you were in the Ohio section?
We were in kind of the mixed section. I think we were actually in the Florida section because Florida was playing right after us, and there were a lot of Florida fans. But I was surrounded for the most part with non-Seton Hall fans. There was a couple from there was a couple from Washington actually in front of us, but from
wow.
Eastern Washington who was cheering for Ohio State. And then there was a guy from Ohio. I want to say his name was Travis. He was sitting right next to me. Had a great conversation. And at the end, Travis was sitting with his son, but I went to get my final round of drinks. And I was like, hey, man, can I get you a beer? You've been really pleasant to sit next to and watch this game with. He was like, no, you don't have to do that. And I said, are you sure? He was like, all right, I was being polite. I'll take a beer. So I just shared a beer with this Ohio State fan. And
you who are you just buying strangers drinks right now?
And the best part was the game was tied with like 5 seconds left. And we both looked at each other as there was a stoppage in the action. And we were just like, listen, this has been a great game. Whatever happens, happens. It was a pleasure sitting next to you and getting to know you this game. And we became fast friends. I'm never going to talk to the guy again, but it was nice. It was actually a really nice atmosphere in the arena.
You're not like that nice though when you're home alone watching the game.
No, why would I be? I don't have anyone that I have to when I'm in public, I try to have some sort of, I don't know, respectability about me.
Well, we're going to need, no, it's like obnoxious.
I was still screaming and yelling at things.
I can hear.
But yeah, my voice is definitely gone. Also, what was cool about going to one of those, and I suggest if you do like a college basketball team, I highly suggest going to one of these early season tournaments because normally they're in really nice locations, right? They're in the Carolinas, they're in Hawaii, they're in the Caribbean, Florida. So it's a great reason to take a little vacation. And the atmosphere when you go in is incredible because you do have fans from both sides.
Yeah.
And it's just a really high energy the whole time because even when your side is doing poorly, their side is doing great, so they're getting loud. When their side is doing poorly and your side is doing great, you're getting loud. So the atmosphere is just energy the whole time. It's great.
Okay, I have a new thing to take a shot of.
What is it?
Bacardi.
You're just going Bacardi straight?
Listen, listen, the people did Hype Train. What else am I going to do?
This is going to be interesting to watch.
Should I put High Noon in it? Yes.
Oh, and I will update you. Deborah brought up a good question. She said, did Anthony have to check out of his room yesterday? I'll explain the whole room situation because it was a little bit of a debacle.
Wait, can we just talk about they have pink glitter cups here? I can't. I am living in my dream. We're moving back to New Jersey and we're doing the show from here every day.
I don't know about that, but that sounds
all right.
Okay. I mean, their internet looks really, really crisp.
It
Great
is.
internet.
Okay, ready?
Go for it.
Are we good?
Yeah. Are they drinking with you? Oh, Bacardi straight is really bad.
Oh, they're all watching me though. They think it's funny.
At least you had that nice High Noon to wash it all down. You're making some weird noises over there.
Okay. Did you have to check out of the room yesterday?
So yesterday, and if you weren't watching the show yesterday, I had to make sure. I thought Steve was checking into this room. My friend Steve from the Roosevelts, who I'm on this trip with.
Obviously, you thought you guys would be sharing a room together.
I did. Well, I also didn't realize that his fiance was going to be coming down before Thanksgiving, so they're splitting a room together, obviously.
Oh,
So Steve booked both rooms for me and for him, but booked my room. He kind of booked twice. He booked me for Sunday to end Monday, and then from Monday to Wednesday, and I need to stay here on Thursday. So I went down. I thought I organized everything, and she was like, "Oh, it looks like there's 2 rooms booked here, or there's a separate room booked." I was like, "No, just put everything on the one room that I'm currently in, and we'll stay there until Thursday." And she's like, "Okay." So she cancels everything. I go back up to my room while my phone is charging, and I tell Steve, I'm like, "Hey, let me know where you are so I can bring you a room key." He said, "No, I have my own room." I was like, "Oh my God." And I panicked because I had just canceled his room at the front desk because I didn't realize it was a separate room. So then I had to go back down. I spent a solid 20 minutes going up and down to the lobby and back, trying to figure out this room situation. But we are all good. I'm here until
between the
Thursday.
two of us, like we can't travel apparently.
No. Yeah, but I was in the room the whole time. Nothing actually got screwed up. It was just the annoyance. Are you slurping?
Sorry.
To the microphone? Ew.
Sorry. How do we say sorry? Lo siento?
Lo siento.
Okay.
But this also wasn't worst assistant activity. This was more Steve didn't really communicate what the room situation was going to be.
Because Steve, the only person who is worse at communicating than Anthony is Steve.
Yeah.
So
That's why
the
we
two
get
of them
along.
together, I'm like, can you guys like talk right now? Ask him right now where we need to be going. And Anthony's like, we'll just figure it out. I'm like, anytime we do anything, it's like the two of them, when they are at the helm, we're just, the whole ship is going down.
Yeah, but it's always a good time.
It is always a good
It might be unorganized, but it's always a good time. And that's why things work. What else do we have here?
I can't.
Why are you doing the show from Little Words Project?
Because I grew out of my parents' dining room yesterday.
Why? What has been like the most, has there been like an annoying part of being at your parents' house?
No, surprisingly, not yet.
Okay.
Although, wait, yes, there was something yesterday. So my niece came over, Carla Marie, to do my nails because she's in cosmetology school, and she used Young Nails
Oh, great.
gel polish, your cousin's company. We FaceTimed your cousin Habib yesterday, while she was doing my nails, and they got to chat, which was super cool. And he's
Were you
like,
guys
if you ever need,
Oh, sorry.
he's like, if you ever need anything, any questions, let me know. Because actually, in cosmetology school where she's going, they don't teach nails, but once you get your cosmetology license, you can legally do nails. You may not be good at it.
What do they teach?
It's so hair, makeup, and that's it.
Are there nail schools that you go to?
There can be, but she's like, I don't like, it's not really a thing. And so I asked your cousin, he's like, yeah, like cosmetology schools and the whole nail world is like kind of behind in that. So I was like, make sure you're following them on Instagram because they do a lot of that. And Krista said that most of her classmates are obsessed with Young Nails, and they like talk about all the time how like they're the best nail company and blah blah blah, and they're like obsessed with their products. And I'm like,
that's really cool. I feel like Young Nails for maybe a little bit had like a Young Nails Academy or some sort of, maybe it was an online class. There was something there where they were teaching people how to do nails.
yes. So what happened yesterday is I was picking out my nail polish colors, and I was like, I think I'm going to do black because I haven't worn like a dark color like that in a while. And I just wanted to, because I know I'm going to get them done again before Steve's wedding. And I was like, I'll do some black with like a disco nail. And my dad hears me say I'm going to do black nails. And he's like, what are you, goth? Black? There's so many colors. You want black? And he's yelling. And my mom's like, yeah, do something festive. It's Thanksgiving. We're at my dining room table now. She's about to do my nails. And he's like, yeah, oh, what, who, what? What's he? You don't know anything. And my mom's like, yeah, do this color, purple, brown. And they're just yelling out colors. And I am like, okay, can you both just shut up, please? And let me pick the color I'm putting on my nails. But it was like a solid 90 seconds of my parents chirping out nail colors and the different reasons I should do my nails a different color. And I was like, Zippy, McZipsters, please.
I think dark nails are pretty cool. I don't know.
Right?
I mean, not that my opinion matters for anything when it comes to nail art or design.
So it was a rough situation. But Lisa said, "Oh my God, I'm a year-round dark polish girl, not goth. Just really like the way it looks on my hand." Same.
Oh, you've got to read Fred the Mailman's chat, though, because he was correcting you on Lo Siento.
Oh, Lo Siento is I'm sorry, which is what I was actually
No, you
trying
have to
to
continue
say.
reading it.
I am.
Oh.
As in, oh, I'm sorry your turtle died. An apology sorry is perdon.
There you go. That's why you
But we were
finished reading.
We were definitely saying Lo Siento walking around
Yeah.
Spain.
Maybe everyone had a dead turtle in Spain, and we were just apologizing for all the dead turtles out there.
But I feel like perdon is Purdue is also French.
No, but I think that's more like pardon. Like, oh, pardon.
Yeah. Pardon, I slurped into the microphone.
Pardon my ignorance on this subject. Hey, Slurpee, what you doing over there?
Erica said she's going to have to go get some Little Words Project bracelets. Guys, I'm officially a part of their new brand ambassador program. Although I've been posting about them.
Brand ambassador? Like a brand ambassador?
Yeah, but it's called Brand Ambassador.
Oh, okay.
That's like the company that they use for this. Code CM gets you 15% off. Don't use code Carla Marie. That doesn't trace back to me. That's an old code that doesn't work.
Well, if it doesn't work, then no one's going to use it.
Well, it might work, but I don't get credit. So use CM.
So just cancel it. Turn it off.
I told them. I don't know if they made that a top priority today. Okay, so there was something I wanted to talk about. That today is 1 year since we've officially been living together. I guess technically last night would have been 1 year that you moved out of your apartment. So I guess last night would have been the 1 year.
Okay.
But I was confused. I had to look at the photos in my phone to figure it out.
So that means today would have been my first full day.
Yeah, so I posted this morning. And without Anthony's permission, and we haven't talked about the post yet. Have you seen it?
Yeah, you don't need my permission to post.
Well, you said there would never be a photo on social media of you kissing.
I'm not.
You're not.
I'm just sitting there. So.
What?
I'm not, right? I don't know.
So you haven't seen the photo?
No, I thought I did, but I'm using my phone as a light, so I can't see it right now.
Oh, there's plenty more PDA photos where that came from, but.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Oh, I thought the picture was the other way around. I thought I was sitting there. Damn it. Okay,
Were you drunk this morning?
No, I was drunk last night, though. And I think I was a little hungover this morning.
So when I got here this morning, Bill, who is the CFO, I think that is his title, or CMO of Little Words Project, Adriana's husband, he was like, so this guy, like, is for real? It's like, Anthony? He's like, yeah. And he was just I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, I was saying how we were talking about the business, and he was saying how him and Adriana, obviously married, have a baby, run a business together. Like, it's not easy. And I was like, yeah, it's like there's the personal side of it, the professional side of it. And it's it's crazy, but front facing, like everyone kind of like loves the fact that we're together, that when I post a photo on Instagram and it's just me now, it does terrible. But when I post a photo of Anthony and I, it is obnoxious how well it does. And I just looked at how many likes that photo has, and it's just absurd.
I'm really good for the algorithm. That's really what it comes down to. I'm an algorithm booster, if you will.
And I am good for your algorithm.
Becky, thank you very much for the reminder to move the cursor. So I hope that worked. It's funny. So if you look at our cursor, I'm going to put it on the screen for a second. It's going to be right next to my head.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Is it pink?
It's bright pink.
Yeah.
And oh wait, it's not. Where is it? There we go. Now it's not next to my head. The reason I did that was when we have multiple screens, sometimes it's hard to find where the cursor is.
Mm-hmm.
So I needed to make it like pop instead of just a regular black cursor. Because we also, everything on my screen is very dark. So having a black cursor doesn't help. That's why I went with our very own Pantone color of pink.
Okay. Good job.
It took me about 30 minutes to figure out how to do that. So it may not have been worth the time, but now I have it.
So in that photo, though, that I posted, I don't know if you realize, if you zoom in, you can see how sweaty you were.
I mean,
your shirt that day, people thought Anthony dumped water on himself at the wow.
What?
Did you just hear the jersey come out in water? Whoa. So everyone thought Anthony dumped water on him at the wedding. And I was like, no, he's just sweating.
Yeah, that's just a lot of sweat. I mean, if I'm at a wedding, I am disgusting by the end of it.
I mean, we all are. If you're having a good time.
The only time I didn't really go like crazy on a dance floor or jump around a lot at a wedding was back in April. My cousin Lindsay got married. And that was like, I don't think I was vaccinated yet. and they were
You were
definitely-
first shot.
or maybe
First, not
shot.
second.
So like I was still cautious. I was on the dance floor for a little bit, but like towards the edge of the dance floor, and I sat a lot. Mainly because there were a lot of old people, and I was like, I don't want to be the reason that any of these people go away. So that was the only time that I didn't leave a wedding fully disgusting.
Okay. So back to issues with living together. In my post, I had said, like, it's been great. I've had a live-in maid for a whole year because essentially you just clean up after me. It's kind of nice. Although I have stepped up my cleaning game.
You've been better.
Have been.
There's an improvement.
However,
it's not good.
this is as good as it's going to get, bud. But I said that thanks for being the best roommate ever, except when you leave all the lights on. The amount of people commenting saying that their boyfriend or husband also leaves all the lights on is absurd. And I told them, I say all the time, your friend Hav, apparently, if he's in here, is also a culprit of leaving the lights on. I say all the time, Anthony, are you afraid of the dark? Like, we have a nightlight that he turns on every night.
Okay. Let me explain something. That hallway that nightlight is in is booby trapped all the time. That's where things get stored when they're like in transit from one room to storage or whatever. And on top of that, the cats will, like, if I leave the bathroom at night, there's usually a cat that's on the floor. You've got to drink further away from the microphone.
I moved on purpose.
So like I'll open a door at night and I'll step on a cat, which is why there's a nightlight in that hallway upstairs. And very similarly, there are cats thrown about the house. So at night, I like to make sure that I'm not stepping on little feline friends of ours.
Yeah, I think you're just scared though, because like there's just always, it's like sunny out and there's lights on. And Anthony's rebuttal to me is like, do you hate lights? And I'm like, no, when there is daylight, we need to absorb the daylight. We don't need fake
but like,
lights.
So the way Carla Marie's kitchen is positioned, it doesn't get a ton of direct light. So if I'm making food or something, I'm turning lights on. I'm not spreading mayo on my tuna sandwich in the dark, you know?
Okay, that's gross. So
it's a tuna sandwich. It's not that gross. It's not like I was spreading it on my nipples. I was just spreading mayo on a sandwich like a normal human being.
Tuna's gross.
No, it's
You're
not.
literally eating fish in a can.
You've eaten tuna sushi.
It's not
raw.
in a can.
That's raw fish.
That is the natural way to eat a fish.
Raw?
That is how the cavemen ate it. They didn't have cans.
I know, they had fire, and that's why they were cooking things.
I cannot believe you just tried to tell me that was a natural way to eat it.
It's fine.
Okay,
and I understand that natural light is a mood booster, and that's why I like natural light. It's not like I close all the blinds and block out natural light. There's just not a ton of natural light in the rooms that I'm usually in.
So Nick Wax said, okay, I've been lurking, but I have to say something when I heard it's not like rubbing mayo on my nipples. He said, what?
Yeah. It's not like I was doing that.
Okay. So I have been, are we done with the mayo conversation?
Kind of, but I want to point out something that Texas Chris said. He said, that's the way caveman did something is not a good argument for something. Because also cavemen would like bop women over the head and drag them into their caves. That's what cavemen did, allegedly.
No, but there's also proof that women were were in charge.
Until they got bopped over the head by a caveman.
Okay. So, yesterday, I have 3 cameras on the cats right now. One downstairs, one that points to the cat tree in the hallway, and one that is in my bedroom. Yesterday, I'm like, why did the angle of the camera in the bedroom completely change? I go back and watch. Erica moved the camera.
How?
Literally, it was pointing this way. It is now, I think she was pulling the wires. It's pointing this way. It is now pointing this way. I need to post a video because it's literally like she goes up to it and then it's just like, and now I'm like, what were you doing? Why did you do that? What is happening behind the scenes? So when my cat sitter goes there today, I have to say, can you please go upstairs and turn the camera so I can watch these animals? Because this is how I keep catching John play with the Christmas lights. And I keep going, John, man, stop it. And he's like, and he's walking around looking for me. I can tell because he keeps looking out the window. And then all day he's just moving around looking.
So go back.
I'm like,
So-
I can't. It's breaking my heart so much because like Caroline and Max, they're used to this, right?
Mhm.
John, he's sad.
Well, he's going to have to learn how to live like that sometimes.
Mm.
Or you just never leave Seattle or your house again. That's the other option.
I think we need an RV and we're just going to live in the RV and they're going to come with us.
No. You're going to live in the RV. I'm not. I have no problem leaving the cats. I'm fine.
You miss them?
I was in Vegas. I was in West Palm Beach. I'm in Fort Myers now. I'm going to New Jersey on Thursday. I'm
You don't
traveling
miss
the
them?
world.
You
No.
don't miss them.
I miss Max sometimes, but I haven't like sat down to watch TV since I left. So my time with Max wouldn't have been really like.
It's
lived,
weird. Like
you know.
I'm walking around my parents' house and I like keep wanting to go like pick somebody up and hold them and there's nobody there.
So get your parents a cat.
My mom wants a cat so bad. And my dad is highly allergic. So
Has your mom ever had a cat?
no.
So
But
why
she
does she
met
want?
mine
Why
and
does she
she's
want a
like-
cat now?
Well, she keeps saying like your cats are like so normal. I'm like, yeah, but I made them that way. Like you can't be, because she'll even be like, oh, it did this. I'm like, Mom, it's not going to hurt you. Like she's very like, ever since she was a kid, she got bit by a dog named Tippy and she's been scared.
I would be too if Tippy bit me.
So I keep telling her, I'm like, you have to like, you can't be scared of them because then they're going to be weird.
Yeah, that's fair.
So she wants a cat.
I think you should. Is there like a hypoallergenic cat? I mean, you'd have to buy it, probably not get it from a shelter, but I'm sure.
No,
I'm sure
we're
someone's got
not.
one.
We're not going to buy that. We're not going to buy animals. I can get her a naked one, but also they aren't at shelters either.
And that's the thing. I think in a certain situation, if you want a cat and the specific type that you need for health reasons, or a dog even, isn't available in a shelter, I don't think there's anything wrong with going out and saying, oh, well, I wasn't going to have a cat anyway unless I got this very specific breed.
But like my dad can also just go get shots.
Yeah, but that's also asking a guy to get stabbed multiple times.
Whatever.
What are you talking about?
He got his flu shot and his booster shot last week. Why not? He could have got some allergy shots too.
Because you have to do that like every 2 weeks, don't you? Like you've got to take time out of your day every 2 weeks to go get the shot.
Yeah.
I'd much rather just get a hypoallergenic. Am I saying that right? Hypoallergenic cat?
Mm-hmm.
Like how allergic is he too?
Well, when he visited me for the first time after having cats, we didn't know he was allergic to cats until 4 years ago because we'd never had cats growing up. He'd never really been around them other than like, so his side hustle and business my whole life has been like, hanging draperies and blinds and shades. So he'll go to people's house that have cats and he's never had a problem, but he's never stayed there and pet them for long hours on end. So within 6 hours of being in my apartment a few years ago, he looked like, Rocco's Modern Life, Ed Big Head.
Mm-hmm.
His eyes were like that and red, wouldn't stop sneezing. So it got bad. So then they came to my house. So we knew he was allergic at that point. Then he came to my house and it was a little better, but the house was new. So there was less cat hair around and it took 2 days, kicked in bad. And he won't like take allergy medicine either. Like
That's also a daily thing.
For when he's at my house.
Oh yeah. But we're saying if your mom ends up getting a cat, that's a little different. Also, Texas Chris said that his dog Winston is hypoallergenic and he got him at a shelter. So it is possible to get specific breeds. I guess you kind of just have to be on the lookout for it if that's something you specifically want.
And most cats, though, you don't know that a cat is hypoallergenic when it's at a shelter. It's just a street cat.
Yeah. There's got to be, someone said that they're hairless cats. I guess people are allergic to the cat hair. Is that why they're hypoallergenic?
So cat hair, but most people are actually allergic to the saliva in animals. It's not necessarily the hair, but it's the saliva, which they lick on themselves.
Okay.
So.
And then other people saying to get a short hair cat because there's less dander.
And dander is another thing. So last year, I took my cats home to my parents. I ordered a filter. What are those called? Like a thing that we talked about on the show.
Air filter?
Air filter for their living room. We're right where my dad sits.
Okay.
And I ordered this like spray that you're supposed to spray on the couch. And then this thing that I'm supposed to like rub on the cats. Also, it was a whole thing. And it lasted like 4 days. And then he started sneezing.
I mean, 4 days is pretty good, though.
Yeah. Air purifier.
Let's see. Dana in Maryland said, I have 2 short-haired cats. There is definitely not less dander.
There is
Well,
out definitely. Oh, yeah.
there is not, right? I think that's what it's supposed to
Yeah,
say.
yeah. This is possible. Jordan Puyallup said, I had a cat that was allergic to humans. So you can have
What?
cats that are allergic to dogs, dogs that are allergic to cats. I had a concern that the girls were allergic to the kittens, but it's just their herpes flare up.
Which apparently all street cats have the herp, right?
Mm-hmm. Also, my parents don't know this. They're probably not even watching today because they're bad parents. But I will be feeding the cat that is outside of their house.
No, don't do that.
Why?
Well, what if it's someone else's cat?
Well, then maybe it shouldn't be a street cat.
Because then the cat, but here's what's going to happen. That cat is going to continually go to your parents' house when you're not there looking for food. And then because you're not there, it's going to starve because it's not going to other places.
I'm going to get a automatic feeder. Which I think we might need to do for our cats.
This is crazy. So Dennis in Cleveland, who we met, and I think we met at least one dog of Dennis's. Didn't he show up with a dog?
Mm-hmm.
He says, my one golden is allergic to other dogs. Like, imagine being allergic to humans. Like, as a
And
human.
not knowing. And they're like, oh, as a human?
As a human. Like, you just can't be around other humans.
I'm going to start telling people that. I'm allergic to humans. Please.
You
You had the best last year and a half, 2 years then, if that's the case.
That's very true.
Yeah,
can
I
you catch
honestly,
the
I'm
cat and
gonna-
turn into a shelter is a question.
I
on
haven't
Twitch.
seen it yet. So I'll be able to tell probably if it's a street cat or not, most likely. But I like getting a cat. I have no way to catch it on its own, right? I would have to get a carrier, put food in it, and literally be watching over it because a trapping cage is like very hard to get. You have to rent from a shelter or a rescue, and they don't have enough in New Jersey because I've had friends that have tried to do this lately. So it's kind of crazy. So I would need to personally trap this cat, hope that it doesn't attack me, and I have my rabies vaccine, so I should be okay.
Can't you get what they used to have in cartoons, like a big stick with a net at the end, and just go around chasing it around the streets?
Yeah.
I would pay to see that.
But
Like a butterfly net.
It would probably come to me and I could probably pick it up. But then it would probably not be a street cat. Like that cat that I tried to steal from somebody's property in Seattle.
It wasn't on their property. It was like 2 properties down.
Yeah.
And that person was creeping out of a window like a weirdo.
Drown you out. I have a ton. I can get you some.
A ton of
You're
what?
right. Duh. Trapping cages.
Okay.
They're in the Philly area though. But I need to see the cat first. It's a black cat.
So you've never
I
even
need to
seen
find.
it?
No, my parents tell me about it all the time. They saw it yesterday. We were live. I couldn't go look out the window.
What if your parents are like seeing things, you know?
Very possible. Very possible.
I mean, I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Chris, it is very likely that it's not someone's cat because we had stray cats all the time in our neighborhood growing up and then they would just disappear because they died.
Yeah.
And a stray cat, my first interaction with cats was I was probably 7, 8. And my next door neighbor, there was a stray cat under their house. There was like a little nook under their side of their house and it had kittens in there. And we would go watch it every day. And then my next door neighbor, who was my science teacher who passed away last year, she obviously like knew what to do because she's smart and like knew shelters. And her daughter works at a vet nearby. So she came by and collected the cats and they were fine. But I remember like, oh my God, they're so cute. Can we keep one? And my parents like,
Well, also, if it's someone's cat, like normally outdoor cats would have a collar, correct? Some sort of.
no, because people suck at this. You should. So here's the problem with that. You want to put a collar on an outdoor cat so people know, hey, this is someone's cat. But outdoor cats are jumping on so many things that if they get caught, it's not going to be good.
So there's got to be there's got to be something we can invent. That's
so there
like a
are
workaround.
like people will put like little ribbons that if they do get caught will come off or something. I was watching a video yesterday on TikTok. Someone put a little camera on their outdoor cat. This animal was
How?
everywhere. And then it got into a fight with a dog.
What?
Yeah. It was a lot.
Wendy in Virginia said, could the cat be a raccoon? It's possible.
It's black cat.
Man. When I was driving across the state here in Florida, I was driving from like the West Palm Beach area to Fort Myers. I had to stop to grab a bottle of water at one point. And it was literally this gas station in the middle of nowhere. Like I'm in, I think they call it Alligator Alley, like the middle of the state, just straight roads, swamp and farmland, and that's it. And I stopped at this gas station, and as I'm walking out, I parked by the dumpster, and the dumpster was open. But I guess I left the car fast enough where I didn't like take stock of what was around me. As I'm walking back, I'm not joking, there were a dozen raccoons around.
I didn't know if you were going to tell me there were a dozen alligators or if you were going to tell me there were cats in there.
A dozen raccoons around the car and the dumpster, and they all just watched me real creepily as I walked from the gas station to the car. They were just like, I think they were making sure I was like cool. You know, they were just watching me like, is this guy cool? Do we have to attack him?
Raccoons can be a bit crazy.
And they're funny looking though. They look like weird cat humans.
They have little hands.
Yeah. And they use that. And the one raccoon was hanging out. So the door of the container that holds the dumpsters. Can you picture what I'm talking about? Like a big concrete area that has the dumpsters in it. That door was swung open. So the closest raccoon to me, to the car, was hanging out. I don't even know how to describe it, but like the chest area was laying on top of the door and the arms were on either side of it. And it was kind of just looking over at me with this like attitude. Like, yeah, this is my home. What do you got to say about it?
You just left them there?
Well, I wasn't going to take the raccoons with me.
Well, did you run them over?
No, why would I run them over? Hi.
You're going to, only way you can hear him is there. So guys, this is Adriana.
Hello.
She is the founder and CEO of Little Words Project. We're going to have to share a microphone.
No, you can actually be a little further away and it'll be good.
Oh, we can be further away.
Oh,
okay.
yes. Cool.
So this is what it looks
Fancy.
like to the world
Cool.
there.
Ooh. Oh, okay. I see. So there's like a little bit of a lag happening.
In a little bit. Yeah, that gets distracting. We'll take it away.
No,
okay.
it's fine. Wow, this is
That's
so
the chat.
Oh my gosh, this is like how the sausage gets made,
It is.
right?
I know. Well, I'm seeing your sausage. It's only fair that you see
Right.
my sausage.
I'll show you yours, you show me mine kind of vibe.
I am not showing my sausage. All right. I just want everyone to know there will be.
I feel like I just joined like an intimate conversation.
is,
now
it
that I'm
is.
here.
We were
Okay,
talking
hi,
about
by the
raccoons.
way.
Oh
I
my
didn't get to see
God.
her earlier. Okay, so I did see a message earlier in the chat from Wendy in Virginia who said she has had 3 Little Words Project bracelets that have been through cancer and surgeries with her.
Oh my gosh.
And
That is amazing.
I
That
know.
means the world.
And there were a
Oh,
lot of people mentioning their bracelets and whatnot and everything. And I was saying how
This is amazing.
I could probably cry just talking about the story of Little Words Project and seeing your company grow. Like being here in your office right now and the fact that you have a store in the city, it's just
It's the craziest thing. And honestly, the fact that we have a store in the city is the craziest thing to me. So I can only imagine what it's like for you who like I always say, I feel like I credit you for launching this brand to the world. I really do because it was 2 months in, right? I
that's
launched
great. Was that soon?
November 2013. It was January 2014. And I literally remember it being the biggest thing that ever happened to me. My husband, of course, I wasn't up for the live version because I sleep late. But my husband was my boyfriend at the time.
Yep.
He was heading into work. He like literally woke me up and was like, listen to this. And he put it on and we heard it live. And then you sent it to me after the fact, like so casual, like
On
Carla Marie was
Elvis's
just
show.
emailing me from Elvis's show. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. I grew up listening to this. And sure enough, you had talked about the brand and you like spoke so highly of it. Then that got picked up by Coin PR, Little Blast. And it was like truly
crazy.
the first time that anyone had public facing had talked about the brand. And so to be 8 years later in this situation,
I'll cry. Stop.
I know. And like, and then the message you sent me was so sweet and so genuine. And it's just like, it meant the world. Cause you know what? There were some people I did not hear from. And you know what I chalked that up to? Not women supporting women. And
Truth.
you are the opposite.
Thank you.
Really, truly practice what you preach. And it's the
Thank
most
you.
amazing thing.
So Renee
Yeah,
in the
no, so-
chat says, I have the mom combo. I love my mama bear one. And
Oh,
then
yes.
let's
Look
see.
at all. Look,
Mama Sarah
Oh my
said, I love my You Look Great Little Words Project bracelet.
and we did little. You look great.
I first heard about it on What's Trending with Carla Marie.
There you go.
So there
That
you go.
literally, that is the person that,
And now,
yeah.
like, this is just I got this one today, Cat Mom.
Oh my God.
I
wait.
stole it from the back.
What's happening?
Do you have
Who
none?
are you?
Oh my God. What is happening? I am
Wait,
embarrassed.
hold on.
I'm badass.
Inspire.
Okay,
I will
badass.
pass to you.
So let me ask you a question, Adriana. You
It's the baby. I blame the baby. Go ahead.
you obviously did really well for yourself doing like the whole direct to consumer online sales model, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why go and open up a brick and mortar store? Because I feel like anyone who
That's
would be given the option and say, well, I want less overhead. I don't want to worry about a brick and mortar store. I don't want to worry about theft or hiring people or whatever. So why go in that direction when you've done so well with the online part of it?
Yeah, that's a great question. And honestly, especially with everything that's been going on in the world and, the COVID thing that just took place, and why would anybody go and do a brick and mortar with all that in mind? We really looked at it as more of a marketing play than anything else. Having a storefront is huge. Having a storefront on Bleecker Street in Manhattan is huge. And we weren't really worried about it being super profitable. It was really more so, okay, it brings an awareness to the brand that maybe previously didn't exist. It also kind of ups the ante a little bit for the partners that we could work with. And, knowing that exists, it really was helpful. It has been helpful even in just in the 2 weeks that it's been open in engaging in those relationships. But, happy to say that because the world is kind of coming back, people want to be in person. They want that in-person loving experience. And honestly, that's what Little Words Project is. So we really have looked at it, we looked at it as a marketing play, but since it's been open, even me just being there, I'm seeing people reacting to this brand again the way it was, when I could do those street fairs and so it's just a place for us to kind of have like an in-person experience, and it's blown us. We've
so
been
cute.
surprised, really, truly.
So it's kind of like
surprised.
It's kind of like a interactive, profitable billboard.
Exactly.
Like people will see it, people can touch it, it's tangible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They can come in, and it's a place for us to kind of, we've had people coming in just from, and still, we're still a D2C brand primarily, but we do also do some B2B, meaning, we sell to Nordstrom.
These are business words that Anthony and I have learned in like the last year or so.
Ooh, look at you guys.
D2C, direct to consumer. I got it.
Yeah.
D2C, direct consumer. But we do B2B, which is business to business. So we do sell to Nordstrom. We sell to specialty boutiques around the country. I know that you've helped us get into some of those stores.
Alaire, West Seattle.
There you go. But when it comes to this experience, like you said, that's a best way of putting it, that it's like an in-person, it's a billboard that you can kind of interact with at the end of the day.
People, okay, so for example, if you live in West Seattle, right, and you shop at Alaire, and Little Words Project has become one of your favorite bracelets, and you buy online, when you visit New York now, those people are going to say, we have to go to the Little Words Project store, which is wild to think that is now going to be on someone's like New York City bucket list.
Literally, we've had people coming in saying, oh my God, we saw this on TikTok and we had to come see it. And because just our tour of the store on TikTok. And, that was another part of building the store that I really cared about. We see all these D2C brands doing things like this, like Away Luggage and Glossier. It's all about the in-person experience, which I think Apple totally brought to fruition in this way. But I really want, the customer to go in, and we still have some things that aren't finished yet. We're going to have an entire mirrored room that is supposed to be one big giant confidence mirror where you go in and you can feel what we want the bracelets to make you feel just looking at yourself. And the idea is you come in and you have this moment, this experience where you can it's like, how do we bring this product to life in a real way? That's kind of where this came to be.
I want to shout out Mama Sarah in the chat, because apparently she's knows everything about you guys. Someone had mentioned doing a collaboration with us. Mama Sarah reminded everyone that we did a collaboration a few years ago, and then also said you could create a custom now if you want to wait, if you can't wait until another collaboration is done. So Mama Sarah's out there in the chat as
Mama Sarah.
PR person.
She knows. Mama Sarah, I hope you can get to the store if you haven't yet. That would be amazing to see you. I know. Already.
And Claire Olympia put the link for your Instagram in the chat. So thank you very much to Claire as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Code CM. I was telling everyone I'm now a part of the brand ambassador program.
Yes. I am not surprised by that in the least.
I got accepted last night. There was a thing that popped up. It's like, why do you want to be a part of the brand? I said, let me in, bitches. I was like, hello.
Because I basically launched it to the world. Okay.
But it said something like, what are your go-to words? And I think I said be original and fearless were my go-to bracelets.
Yeah. Well, those are incredible ones. My favorite bracelet is Believe, because I really truly believe that if you don't believe in yourself, then you really can't achieve anything. And
I think I have that one. I think so.
Yeah, where is it? Proof or it didn't happen.
He's not wearing it right now.
It's in Seattle.
Unbelievable.
He does have the unisex collection. Where's mine? I have mine there.
Yeah.
Brave. Oh wait, maybe that I said was my word.
Oh, that's all right.
I have,
You're
no joke, I have like 30 of them.
You identify with all of them, though.
I do.
Understandably so. I mean, you are all these things. I tried to get badass off your wrist, but you weren't letting it go.
Oh, you want it?
No, it's all right. I'll take Inspire. No, this is amazing, and just thank you for all your support.
Oh, stop it.
Endlessly,
Stop it,
truly,
stop it,
and
stop
all
it.
your people are like such true fierce lovers of you that just to see this is incredible.
So Lee is
Read
actually
Lee's comment.
she's a buyer and works in like the retail side of Nordstrom.
Oh my
And she said, I
gosh.
used to partner with the replenishment team in the accessories division, and people love your bracelets. Always got to hear all the positive news.
Yes. Oh my God, that's amazing.
this stuff.
Wow. This is so cool. The
Well,
amount of people that you have here.
I was telling Mariah earlier, those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Mariah works here. She's like your right hand woman.
Yeah. My sidekick. Sometimes we say.
Yes. I was telling her that like maybe I'm just gonna move back to New Jersey and we'll do the show from here.
I mean, I'd be down. Would he
Okay.
be down?
Well, we'll
Anthony?
talk about that later.
Anthony, you give Jersey vibes. Aren't you from Jersey?
Yeah, I am. No, I love Jersey.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Love
He is
Jersey.
the most New Jersey.
He's like, we'll talk about that offline.
I'm wearing my Seton Hall shirt. I'm ready to roll.
He's in Florida. He went to a Seton Hall basketball game in Florida. They lost. It's a big thing.
Well, you're in Caldwell right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like
We're
kind of
next
Seton
door.
Hall country.
It is Seton Hall. I grew up in Seton Hall country. My little brother actually went to Seton Hall Law School. Different,
There you go.
but
Down the
same thing,
street.
but different.
It's down the street.
Down the
It's
street.
fine.
Yeah,
Look at that.
I know. Look at us go.
Your little brother who just got married. See, I know all the things about your life. Is Ford your
Well,
child here?
My child isn't here.
I
I
gotta
wish he
leave.
was. I know. Honestly, I do too because that kid's gonna get hungry soon. But what I will
Shoot.
say is, that's the other thing about you is I feel like we started as working people, but became fast friends. Like we've been
Yeah.
friends. Like our 10-year anniversary is in a couple of years,
It's-
and we need
it's
to like recognize
nuts.
that.
We
We're
need
gonna have
to
to
get
start
together.
planning something. We should do a party.
We should do a party.
Because our 10-year anniversary is the same anniversary as Little Words Project's anniversary, realistically.
All
Or
right.
no, I guess that would be January of 20.
Okay, we'll do
I
like
can't do
a
math.
big party. We'll do a big collab, like Little Words Project. Carla Marie and
I
Anthony
am
live.
in.
Anthony can come, I guess.
Right. Maybe.
Sure.
If he wears his bracelets by that point.
Sure.
Regularly.
I can do that.
Okay. Cool,
we'll
cool.
start you now.
Cool.
But we do have base bracelets for men. That is also
There-
the point. So,
Yes.
if anyone out there is looking to spice up their man's wrist,
It'll be in my gift guide for men. Don't worry.
of course. Oh yeah, and you've put us in your every gift guide you've had since like
The dawn of time.
2013. Literally, I was just gonna say the dawn of time. Oh my god.
He hates this so much. First, I was talking about cats for 30 minutes, and now this.
I love it.
Listen,
so
I'm good.
much.
I'm just hanging out. It's less work for me to do.
Wait, Angela said, "Poor Anthony, he's being rossed."
Oh, yeah, that is happening.
That's funny.
Why? What happened
I
to
was like,
Ross?
because my favorite company.
Like the girls just always.
Yeah, always like. I understood it to be the girls
Yeah.
are always, I don't know. Don't put us on the spot, dude. We're just trying to laugh.
Like from Friends. He doesn't really watch Friends.
No, I know who
Oh.
Ross is. I understand that.
Yeah, like getting like steamrolled by the girls.
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit.
That works. That's
Is
I
what
mean,
I
that's
think. But I also
my whole
I
life,
love
so it's fine.
Friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
I
okay
mean,
with it.
this is who you're dating, and I'm
People
pretty
don't know
much
that.
one and the same.
Just kidding.
Shut the. I was like, I watched that live launch. What do you mean people don't know? I sat
Well,
there with like this.
I told them I walked in and your husband, Bill, said to me, he was like, so this guy, like, this is like legit. I was like, what guy? Anthony? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah.
No, we're recording a podcast after this with Carla Marie for our podcast and or an episode rather. And my husband's like, so I think you guys should talk about, the parallels of our lives, her and Anthony working together, me and you. I'm like, what are you, the producer now of this
He
podcast?
is.
Like he had all the questions that he wanted to
Bill
ask.
knows what's up.
I think we got to get all four of us on though to talk about it.
We can do that.
That would be a good thing to do. one
Anthony's
day.
like, I'm going to the pool. Got to go by.
No,
Oh yeah,
today.
not today. Today I got gym and pool time today. I'm
Oh,
on
right,
vacation.
Okay.
gym tanning
Listen,
laundry.
you know
Yeah, I was
what?
gonna
this
say.
is actually interesting. Once this show is over and it's 9:00, so it'll end soon. I'm on like vacation mode until Monday
12.
or 12. It says 9:00 on my computer because I still have it set to Pacific time.
You're fully on the East Coast
Yeah.
now, dude.
Yeah, I'm fully. I've been here for almost a week.
That's
But
so
the show's
fun.
almost over, and once this is done, because we're not doing a show on Thanksgiving, I'm in full vacation mode. I'm in pool mode. Tomorrow's gonna be beach mode, and basketball mode
Wow.
again.
Vacation Anthony is,
Vacation
Vacation
Anthony is a
Anthony.
whole different person.
he is.
Right. And then we have Jersey CM, which is like the original.
I said water. Well, I went full Jersey earlier. I didn't say like water, how I normally say it, and my mom makes fun of me. I was like, water. I don't know.
Water.
I can't even
You
do
got
it.
here for 2 days and now you're here. I see
here.
you're drinking high noons.
Oh, hold
High
on.
noons.
and Bacardi.
Angela explained the Ross situation. She
Oh.
said the Friends episode where Ross and his wife are going to have a threesome, but Ross got kicked out while the two women did their own thing.
I mean,
That's not what we were thinking, but yeah, that happened.
We weren't heading that direction, but I get it.
Either way, I got kicked out, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's true.
Girl talk and the guys feel left out. All right, see,
That's fair.
everyone understood what I understood.
That's fair.
Okay, Angela.
Wait, so you guys are recording a
Good deal.
podcast?
Yeah, but you just finished season 2, right?
We just finished season 3.
3. Damn.
No, it's okay. And because I mean, our episode with you got like one of the most downloaded episodes of all time. That and my breakup with Bill story from
Oh,
after
I was like,
college.
wait, what?
No, we're together. We're still together.
We're
after
married.
college. After college, he dumped
Okay.
me. He dumped me, but it's fine. We're here now. We have a baby, and it's good. And I never let him forget it. Anyway, yeah, your episode was like the top downloaded one. So Mariah was like, "Well, she's here. Let's get her."
So then, where can people listen to the podcast, and when will season 4 and Carla Marie's episode be live?
Yeah, we might make Carla Marie's a little like special, like surprise episode. So probably in the coming weeks before holiday, I want to talk about the store and our whole relationship, and maybe we get a little of the dirty deets about you and Anthony.
Maybe.
But no, that'll be hopefully before the holidays, and you can find it it's called Glow Through It Podcast, and it's basically me and Mariah just going, talking about all things girl world, including business, friendship, love.
You have
loss.
guests on too often.
Guests. Yeah, we had Carla Marie on. We've had business owners, women from all walks of life joining us. Most recently, my doula for my birth.
No way.
Story.
I need
did
to
my
listen
whole
to
birth
that.
story. I talked about IVF, all the good stuff. So, but yeah, it's basically just a fun little, peek into our lives as best friends and business owners, if you will. And yeah, it's called Glow Through It Podcast. You can find us on Instagram at Glow Through It Podcast, and then online gothroughitpodcast.com. Yeah.
So
Wherever
since
you get
we
your
are going to be
podcasts.
doing less content this week, you can definitely
Go
check
listen.
that out.
Yep.
If you need something for your road trip as you're going to see family, a long flight, you can download a podcast episode as you are wasting time in the dungeon that is an airport by you. Whatever
Claire
airport it is, it's terrible.
Get there early, and Claire just put the link in the chat. Go through it so
Thank you,
you
Claire.
can get the direct link. But yeah, highly suggest getting to the airport more than 30 minutes before your flight, like I did the other day.
Well, you actually ended up at the airport 5 hours before your flight. So
Because I missed it. So yeah, so get there early. No one knows how to travel anymore. No one is actually working at the airport or for the airline, so you're on your own.
yeah, I will say, be patient with the staff. Be patient with the people at the counter. Be patient with your flight staff. They are dealing with the worst of the worst right now.
Yes.
And they're understaffed and they're tired, and it's probably their 4th flight that day. Be kind to everyone you come into contact with. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Carla Marie and Adriana, enjoy recording your podcast. And
Thanks,
I'm going to go
honey.
enjoy that pool.
The pool.
Yeah.
Wow.
You go do that. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We love you. Thank you so much for your support. Enjoy your time with family, friends, or if you're home alone, enjoy your time alone, because that's beautiful too.
You look great.
Amen.
You look great.